You press record. Okay, so now I have a third assistant because I need some help with keeping the stem pulled out as I remove it. So again, you're going to put your stem removal tube over top. And again, this comes in your kit. So this is specific to the stem that you're replacing. So you're going to put your stem removal tube over the stem. And from trial and error from the first side, I just learned to cheat a little bit and put my screwdriver in to turn it until it gives. It gives a little. You got to pull it all the way out first. So because my stem is embedded in my shower wall, I just need another set of hands to help me pull it out. So now you can see I got it moving. It gave, and now I can just take it out and turn it, and I'm just going to pull it out. So this is the result. You can let it go now. This is the result of the stem. And if you can see, the washer is warm. And the reason why I know the washer is warm is because when I look at the new washer, I see how the new washer is flat and it's even. And this is probably what's causing my leakage problem. But that's just half of the problem right there. Hand me the wrench. So inside your pipe, the one right there. Inside your pipe is another piece that you have to take out. And this is where you're going to use your seated wrench. And all you're doing is you're inserting the seated wrench inside the tube, or inside the pipe, I'm sorry, until you get it to fit. And again, you just want to forcefully turn it counterclockwise until you feel it give. And it's going to be stiff at first, so you want to wait until it gives some. And then you can just, it'll be easier for you to start turning. See, it was off and I didn't even know.
Whose idea was this?
So this is a messy job. You can see I'm going to need a nice manicure when I'm done with this. But this is the second piece that you need to replace on the inside of your pipe. Because again, I know it's been 10 years since we've replaced it. And it's about time to replace it again. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, this is plumber's thread, and I'm just going to take this thread and thread it on the outside of my piece, because I don't want this to rust on the inside, making it difficult again for me to take it out or remove it. And it's very flexible, and you just want to make sure that you secure your tape. And this is plumber's tape. You can find this in Lowe's, in the plumbing section in Lowe's. And so now I'm going to take this part with the rigid end, and I'm going to reinsert it into the pipe, because I can't put the stem back in until I replace this piece. So I'm just going to go inside my pipe, and I'm just going to turn it counterclockwise the opposite way. I want to make sure I have a smooth and even fit in there, because I don't want any water leakage on the inside. You can kind of feel from the wrench if it's even or not as you're turning it. And you just want to turn it in the opposite way until you feel that it's secure. You can start to feel it give just a little bit. So you don't want to force it where you break something, but you do want it to be secure. So now that I've replaced my inner valve, I'm going to replace my new stem. And you want to make sure you have your washers and everything on your stem before you replace it. So now, again, this is the old worn stem, and this is the new one that I'm repairing to prevent the problem of the leakage. I can even tell the difference in the washer. So I'm going to need my third assistant again to pull this out, because I want to make sure I get my stem in. And you just start your stem just by inserting it back. Here, you can pull this out. Just getting it back through my shower wall. I'm just going to give it a light push. And now I just want to get it back into my pipe that's inside, or I should say behind. Make sure you pull it all the way out. Behind my shower wall. And so right now I'm just lightly turning it to set it. But to make sure that it's secure, I'm going to get my tool again. And I'm going to place my tool over the stem. I'm going to take my screwdriver just to tighten it and make sure it's inserted correctly the way I want it, and firm enough, tight enough. Because I don't want any leakages through my wall or anything. So, okay. So I'm just tightening that up. So that's part 2. You can let it go, babe. That's part 2. So now I've successfully replaced my stems. I've gone from my old worn out stem and my plumbing hardware to brand new stems. So let's pray that this solves the issue of my leaky sinks. I'm going to pause for a moment so I get some scouring pads and clean this off since I have the hardware on, and then I'm going to show you how to replace the hardware. So now I'm going to replace the outside hardware in the shower, and that consists of these outside rings. Hand me the package so I can know what the names are. These outside rings and the handles. You want to be careful to make sure that your handles, when you're replacing the handles, that they correspond with which side was hot and which side was cold. Again, all of these things come in your remodeling kit. And for those of you who find this video useful but also need the instructions to how everything is assembled is on the back of the opening cover. So I've already replaced N and G and F. Now I need to replace E, D, C, B, and A. And I'm going to show you how I do that in just a second. Okay, you can see I tried to clean off the outside of my shower hose as much as I can before I replace the hardware. Okay, these are called flanges, and this is the nipple. And so these two things come packaged separately. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the flange, and you're going to screw in the nipple. And this is how you're going to screw the flange back on to your stem. So I'm not sure how much of the stem should be out, but you can the nipple, I'm sorry, should be out, but you can compare it to your the previous one that you took out. And so what you're going to do is you're going to place this flange over your stem, and you're just going to screw it on. You're just going to screw it down until it's nice and firm. You don't want to work it too much, just enough so that it's secure. And once you're complete, because I know I plan on doing this, you can take some tub and towel caulking and just caulk on the outside of your flange so that water doesn't get behind here and cause that buildup of soap scum like we saw the first time. So we're going to repeat and do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to screw the nipple into the flange. And forgive me if I'm pronouncing these things wrong. I know I'm going to have my dad critiquing this video, but that's okay because I'm going to be riding on some brand new tires on my SUV real soon. So again, and if you look inside, bring the video closer. If you look inside your stem, you can see the grooves in which